Yo! What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing tonight? It's the Up All Night Show. Actually, no, it's not the Up All Night. It's the Nex and Mars Show.
Hello,
and
hello.
Yes, if you guys aren't.
Just bump my mic.
I'm here with the one and only Nex. We're
Sucks that we have some sort of a poor internet connection, but we're doing what we can.
Yeah, we're working with what we got, and so far we're getting a little better.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's just the internet, and really, its bandwidth is real.
Also, collabing with Nex here, he's very knowledgeable on the whole engineering thing, and he's learning a lot here and shit.
Yeah, this is definitely a first too. We've tried to do this before, and it was more. I wouldn't even call it sketchy, but I think it was a bit more. It was raw. It's a lot more raw. This time we have more equipment. The mics are set up better. We actually have preamps for our mics. Everything's a little cleaner. It's just a matter of we've been trying to set up the bandwidth, trying to get you a lagless podcast.
It's been tough. You're making it work. We're figuring it out.
But other than that, I mean, it's pretty much, 4 in the morning? What time is it here?
Wow, is it?
No. When were the hours supposed to be set back? You don't know that, do you?
It's happening?
Today? I don't know if it's today, man. It's actually 4. You're right, though.
Yeah, it is. It's 4. Oh, it's almost 4:20.
It is, though.
7 till.
Speaking of
who's up tonight? 4:20 style. No one's down for this shit. Most of you guys have jobs and like stuff that keeps you from having fun. I could already hear somebody. No, it means we have responsibility. I already hear somebody getting mad, and
yeah, you can be responsible but still enjoy yourself, I guess.
Absolutely.
It just depends on some people are more obligated. We're obviously not obligated. We're here to entertain.
By the way, we still have these tunes we could throw in the background whenever.
Yeah, Mars right now, it's probably, I'm not even sure if he's going to play a song or a particular album. He's been working on a new album. I don't think he's titled it.
It's somewhat titled, but I'm not sure if I'm going with it. It sounds
just
legit.
Heard parts of it. It's pretty good.
Speaking of, I mean, you have a lot of musician friends, dude. Do you have any that I don't have a couple albums that they've been working on or anything like that?
Yeah, it's a handful of people I make music with. There's mainly 2 heads I make music with. It's a fellow named Rishi and Vivisect. And I'm part of a music collective, but, just saying that sounds really pretentious, but we're definitely a collective, just a group of... It started off with just homies kicking it, and basically no different than naming your clique in high school, but we really realized that a bunch of us had a high pool of talent, and a good portion of us just got together. Vivisect in particular is our sound engineer, and before I even hooked up with him, Rishi was talking to him all through high school. They knew each other. That's how I befriended Vivisect. And I knew Rishi just through a very old friend of mine. I mean, super old friend since I've been 14. This guy introduced me to Rishi. Is his kin, is his cousin. But aside from all that, Vivisect is our audio engineer, and he's made every release possible that I've been featured on as an MC. I wouldn't call myself that, but as a person who I've spit over all my own beats and some of Rishi's beats, and he's also released his own stuff. Like I said, we consider ourselves a perspective collective, or sometimes for short we just say collective, or the collective. But there are a lot of groups out there nowadays, quote unquote collectives, that are trying to do this, I guess I would call it. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that a lot of times I don't bring up the name collective because it's me personally. It's sort of grown. It's got a negative connotation to it because of just me personally as a musician, as a person, I guess. I've been hearing a lot of that word being used and thrown around. It's just like a collective isn't just like 2 dickheads in a fucking bedroom with a MIDI controller and Ableton, and who know like a quarter of knowledge about compression. To me, a collective is a group of individuals that do different things and have different input, and also aren't afraid to criticize each other. I'm really just trying to push the boundaries and the envelope. To answer your question, I went on a ramble. There are many albums you can pick up. You can also just check out the SoundCloud. Just go into If you can't find Rishi's, his name is spelled a bit weird. I think it's 3 E's, R3 E's, SHI. But if you can't find any of that, just Google Perspective Collective SoundCloud. We do have a band page or a group page where all of our albums are linked, even some of my loops. As much as I MC, I have loops on there too. You can check out that. Really small samples. None of it's downloadable yet. Rishi's working on that. He's actually trying to work on the Spotify end of it. He's trying to get his albums on Spotify, which is not difficult. It really isn't. He's just figuring out the red tape, money, and just networking and just trying to decide what you want to put on there too. Because I mean, he has a catalog of things. As I said, to answer your question, there's plenty. Just Google Perspective Collective SoundCloud, and if you know Mars or myself, if you follow any of us through Facebook, there are plenty of different little links and ways you can find a lot of our music on there. So, and the two people I mentioned, which are the only other two people that I'm making music with besides the guy hearing on the other mic. So, definitely check that out. I don't have albums. I've been featured on many of his. I've written for his albums, Rishi in particular. I've done guitar work on 3 of his songs. They've been mixed really well too. Like Vivisec does a sick ass job just mixing my guitar and making it sound as cheesy as possible and in a good way. And that's out there. But me, I'm a fragmented kind of person as a musician. A lot of people are like that, and I don't think it's a good thing all the time. But I release small projects here, and I'll do a single, I'll do a song. As of lately, you can ask anyone who knows that I've been doing music. I've just been doing loops. I've been doing loops with bass. Different keyboard units, just actual loops. I run like 2 loopers and just like 1 or 2, 3 different channels and just do random shit. It's really mainly it's inspired by drone music and shoegaze. I went through a phase where I was just buying a bunch of different pedals and trying to create different sounds. I guess the best way I could put it is I was trying to with a guitar in my hand. I was trying to make the guitar sound as far away as a guitar sound as possible. So, and I've accomplished that, and I've gotten better at it, and I think it's helped me with a lot of my harmony and just understanding other parts of music too, especially when I go into DAWs. Like if I mess with Reason or Ableton, anything, Free Loops, anything that requires velocity and shit like that, I learned through guitar, and it tends to happen. But that's that. I mean, I do have homies that do music. Besides them, they have links too. Rishi is very well networked. He's a motor mouth in a good way. He really just loves to mob with people. He does shows with practically anyone who respects him. He'll put you out there if you put him out there. Just the good thing about his character and his spirit. Something I lack sometimes. So, he messes with Trip Fam. It's another what I'd call quote unquote musical collective. I think they're based off of Dallas, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what part of Dallas, but he befriended them and parts of that collective, and they've given him massive props. They've tried to hook him up with shows. Not to mention, it's more of anything just features, and he's producing for them, and they're vice versa. It works both ways, and there's projects in the works. His SoundCloud, when you end up finding it, or even just Perspective Collective SoundCloud, they definitely follow a lot of the people that are involved with Trip Fam, and they have good music. There's a lot of good. There's a good list of individuals on there that do some interesting shit, to say the least. Especially Acid Jesus. That's all I can really say. Acid Jesus is also part of. I believe he's part of Trip Fam. It's one of my favorite parts of him, and I've been listening to a lot of his shit lately, and I might even play that soon, honestly, since it's local. That wouldn't be bad. He makes snippets just like I do. He has sort of a style where he's made full songs and produced for Trip Fam, but I've noticed that this guy has a separate page. I won't give away his other alias, but he has another page, sort of like a hidden page, and I've managed to find it, and there's a lot of loops and beautiful stuff that I know it's him. So it's just really interesting to see that, because I do that myself. I just haven't made a second page, and when I do, you won't know about it. But yeah, that's that. Back to Mars, man. Mars just asking questions. I'm about to cheese.
Dude, yeah, you really summed it up. You really answered basically all the questions I had, all in one big answer. Yeah, man. I don't even know where to go from there. But you know what? I really want to say, your fan Rashish. I'm a big fan of his art. He has great art. The shit he makes is great. I admire it so much. Hell yeah. Huge fan, dude. Maybe one
cool.
day he can
Still
come through
alive.
and we can do a little collab mixture. I think it's still firing. But
Yeah, no, there's no one day. Now that you've confirmed it, no, this guy's definitely a massive fan of your music because I've showed him a handful of your beats. And when I say a handful, I'd say anywhere from like 4 to 6 beats. And every time it's been the same result. It's been like, what the fuck is this? This is insane. Or I've also heard this reaction a lot. No, run that back. I'm about to spit.
oh shit, dude.
You know, that's also a great reaction to hear.
I'm very honored by that reaction. Dude, I've realized he makes music too, and he's
More than I do at this
Oh
point,
my
and that's not a
God,
lie.
dude.
He actually has more music. He's
How
made
do I pay
he's
for
made
his
more
music?
beats than I have. He's made more beats than I have.
How do I pay music for his? How do I pay money for his music?
Well, we
'Cause
don't have to pay, well, I mean, now that you've been part of pretty much part of the collective. Once you're part of the collective, it's more about
he
just
can have
the
all my
timing.
music he wants if he likes it.
It's out there. We're working on and the artist doesn't know that though, but Mars and myself have been working musically. This podcast isn't just about trivial bullshit. It is at many points, but at the same time, we definitely linked up for the fact that we've both been doing a lot of the same things. We've really been trying to capitalize on music and also working on tech skill overall smash too. But that's another thing that'll also be a part of the stream very soon. If not, it's gonna get adjusted into the stream because that's something that I think most of us resonate with, and that's video games. If we're not playing Smash, we're going to be playing something fun.
Like-minded people will definitely resonate with.
And I think most
like
people
us.
too, because even if you're not playing a console or PC gaming, anything like that, you're playing a fucking mobile game.
Well,
Like, people like being entertained, you know.
I think the main type of people we're kind of aiming for, or not even aiming for, but the type of people that I think fall in the same genre is probably people who like the stoners that like to play video games.
Yeah, I guess.
Up all night, and maybe like to dabble in alcohol.
It just depends too on the
And
hour. Because I mean, honestly, if we were streaming, think of it this way: we're streaming at 4 a.m. right now, and you're right. But when it comes to target audiences, I would also think that. I mean, if I'm streaming during the day, like, I would definitely stream something different. You know, I think it would be more, not just musical, but a bit not serious, but I don't know, more focused on a topic, I guess. You know, or it'd be a little bit cleaner. But late at night, like you said, if you're drinking, I mean, once it's late hours,
People aren't really watching.
Exactly. I treat that more as like a free form. And if people are watching, they're probably in the same mood I am. They're lazy-eyed, and if they're not baked or, having a brew or not, they're definitely, they're lazy-eyed in some aspect. Like, it's fucking late. And even if you're that, like, working late type that gets off late, or you work a night shift, you're usually going to stay awake and you're wired on something. You're just sitting there. You're usually watching TV or something. So, it's a little more freeform late at night, because then that gives you that leverage to bullshit with that audience. That's like, they're like half there, so they're not feeling it. They're more they're more willing to sit there and be like, wow, this is an obscure ass topic. Like, they're actually talking about some shit I've thought about in the toilet, 2 days ago.
Taking a shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I didn't think people thought this.
Yeah, but during the day, it's more like, well, we got material. We're gonna play games for an hour or for half an hour, and then in about another hour, we're just gonna work on music, and you can watch the process. Shit like that. Or maybe there's a guest, like you said. Maybe there's people here, and they're playing games, and we're just talking, and we're interviewing them. Yeah, it's more active, and that's daily material, I guess.
I think that's possible.
Basically, a stoner Ellen DeGeneres, but I'm not actually, I'm a dyke. I love women.
I do too. I think I'm.
Shout outs to women.
Shout out to vagina and eating it. Whatever,
shout outs to the pie.
Doesn't smell like. Absolutely. Shout outs to the pie. Did we pause it for a second? Oh, you just. Okay, I'm solar now. Holy shit. Shit, dude. Dude, you rambled off. You went off pretty well.
I mean, this is something I even do alone, but you should definitely put in some tunes soon, though.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'll play a couple tunes. Any recommendations from... You know what? I'll go ahead tonight. I'm going to stream this for the listeners tonight who are actually listening. If you actually listen to my music at all, this is one album that's yet to be put on tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and just stream it live tonight. And see...
mini debut.
And it'll be soon put up. I actually might add a new song, but here it is. This is what I've named. This
Playing
is
the album, right?
This is an album from 2011 I made, but I'm yet to publish it, and this is the first day it's out. You might notice some of the songs because I threw them on some of the Halo videos.
Shit, yo, man, I gotta share this link, dude. My fault.
Oh yeah. What's the link? What's the link?
No, I mean, I'm gonna go on my Facebook since you tagged me. I have to share that. What? Since I got
yeah.
tagged, I think people just saw it, and I already have like 5 notifications.
Really?
Yeah, because you know how like when I'm tagged, people see like, yo, such and such is. Let's see. Wait, did you tag me?
Yeah, no.
Did you tag me? All right, fine. I don't give a fuck. I want somebody to yell at me. Is anyone really listening to us? Okay, that's all I needed to know. Okay, let me know when you're ready for this. You ready for this play? Here goes. It's my album from 2001 I made. I actually put it together finally. It's called The Vision. If you're a fan, here it goes. It's actually playing. For some reason, I don't hear it. I think it might be turned down. Yeah, it might be turned down right there on the.
Yo, restart it real quick. Sorry, I was checking that.
No,
link.
I did pause it.
That was definitely Nex is bad. You just played an album debut. Sorry, I killed the hype. Oh, this is a sick ass album.
Hold on.
Wait,
Pause it again.
whoa.
Okay, there's something playing.
You're
Okay,
still playing the
yeah,
intro.
it never stopped. Stop this motherfucker. Hold on, this has been the worst like debut.
Here we go.
Okay, hold on, here it goes.
Got some technical difficulties real quick.
That was very technical, difficult. Here goes. 2001 album, The Vision. Old school.
2011.
It's on. It's not playing. Yeah, well, actually, we're gonna talk it in between, anyways.
Yeah.
So we're not cutting this conversation. You just get to hear it in the background.
But yeah, oh, I guess I'll ask you the same thing since there's no one to interview and there's no one watching with any sort of feedback, which is not gonna happen anytime soon. We got to start this shit earlier. But now that we have a setup, is a whole different story. We know we have the equipment. I'll ask you what the hell you've been working on. Besides, this is pretty much what you've been working on, right?
I've been working on putting my old songs that I haven't played in a while together into albums so I can
Compiling.
put them on YouTube.
How let me ask, like, so is it just Scattered Years? Like, what is the earliest year? If that's if you can recall, what's the earliest song you used in this, basically?
This album was this is all 2011.
All of it?
All of it.
That's
2011.
Cool. Right. So you got like a folder from 11 and
yeah,
you started
I started going
popping
through
off
all
on
those
it.
songs
Okay.
and just picking my favorite and picking how the order I was going to put them in and just put them in order differently. I felt like
how you felt. Yeah, how you felt would, sync right.
And I felt like these would hit. Something about this intro I felt like would.
Oh, the intro's sick. I heard this earlier. I remember this.
Yeah, we gave it a couple listens. We had a couple practice runs before this, but yeah, eventually I'm gonna put this out. But also I actually worked on the very first album, which came out in 2010, which is the first album I actually started fucking with the program I was to edit these songs, and I'm gonna put that album out as well. It's a matter of me just putting them in order, because I did it one day, but I closed the program and closing everything and forgetting to save, which kind of ruined all the progress I had. But
you said you were working on an album.
Yeah,
from 2010.
From 2010, I was putting.
You were doing
it all
the same
together.
thing, basically.
Yeah,
You were doing
basically
this.
this.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just putting them all together.
Before this, then, right? And you
Yeah.
forgot to save it.
I completely forgot to save it, and I had
Yeah,
to
I did the same
restart.
thing. I mean, I just wiped my fucking main partition like 4 days ago. I lost a lot of shit, but for the most part, still had mainly. What was important was a lot of my guitar samples from the past, a bunch of Reason projects that haven't been finished, and which I've been streaming. And since I'm tagged on here and people are listening, if you found us through Facebook,
What's up, guys?
if you notice the Nazimuji name, that's me speaking. You won't hear me say that much, but I also stream different things, mainly beat making and melee.
Beat making,
it'll be
melee.
changing up soon. I mean, this is more of a collaborative
effort here.
effort.
We got going. Yeah,
Just overall, just project, because it's we're the only people trying to do this, basically, and it is what it is. But aside that, talking about what you've been working on, and this is basically a 2011 compilation. It doesn't have a not even a compilation, but more of just a mosaic. Best way to put it, a mosaic of music, because mosaics usually seem to have more about art, but you know what I mean. Just a bunch of patches from 2011. Is what you're saying.
Dude, it takes me back. It really takes me back to where I was.
It's
my
really
mindset.
nice so far. Yeah. It definitely changes up though. I remember this. We got pretty far into it until you changed it earlier, but interesting album.
Yeah, dude, thank you. Thanks for listening and enjoying it too, being a fan and spending your own time listening.
Yeah, I mean, you're one of the few people that uploads their fucking music on YouTube. Everybody's using SoundCloud. SoundCloud's good. Don't get me wrong.
It's good. But
sick.
I prefer YouTube.
Yeah, but you need to get on SoundCloud soon. Just like I also, just because it is YouTube, and some people, this is how I feel about it too. This is the reason I even probably just brought this up, because I can accredit that this song is sick. Anyway, but
this is an old Halo song. I actually put this. I would make a Halo video and add it in the background. But as you were saying though,
but yeah, the reason I haven't mentioned YouTube is because, considering how long it's been around, I think I don't want to say I know yet, but I'm sure, I'm almost positive that the average Joe or Jill, regardless of age, but I think, yeah, especially the older, especially if you're really trying to get a target, like beyond the target audience, because a lot of young people won't click on your shit. Some of them are really will be pretty uninterested, but
I don't want people like that though.
Don't get me wrong, that's what I'm saying. Like the young people, I'm definitely I want my shit to reach everyone, but this is what I'm saying. I would say that from young to even older, like middle age, up to like the 40s at this point, would click on a YouTube YouTube link quicker than they would on a SoundCloud link. You get what I'm saying? SoundCloud to someone would probably sound like that's a fucking app I gotta download. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, some people don't have
yeah. You get my point. So if someone sees a YouTube link, they can still run it through their browser at 360p
without even having to download the app.
And they'd be like, well, who made this? This guy that I've been on my, that's been on my page for so long.
And most likely they'll end up subscribing. They'll be like, okay, see,
exactly, or at least press the fucking like. It shows me that someone watched it and liked it. I definitely see the whole metric advantage with YouTube, and that's why I need to upload at least some of my loops, and that's why it's also something I've been working on. Is aside from those loops and small projects that I have, I've been doing video editing and stuff, and nothing too technical or advanced, but just teaching myself the basics on Vegas. Yeah, we got Mars Magma returning soon, but I've been working on Vegas. Just got Vegas 14. Just found out as well that I guess Sony took its name. I don't know the details behind it, but Sony took their name off of that software in particular. I don't know if they did it or if there was some sort of deal that got ended. I don't know. But I had 13. Sony. It was named Sony Vegas 13, if I'm not mistaken. And now I think it's just called Vegas 14. And I forgot the company that I would say hosts it or that it's under now. Still runs practically the same. I don't know much about the features. I just got it not too long ago, and that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to edit and cut into different places, like just different video that I've gotten, nature shit, smoke vids, just different things that could be cut and pasted here and there into just different visual aspects. And considering the loops or the small projects that I've released would mix really well into that, for that reason, that it's going to be no longer than a 2 or 3 minute clip that I have plenty, to work off of. At one point I did, past tense, had folders full of that, but I still have some left over that I can use, not to mention photos. But the photos I won't use too much, only for streaming stuff and album art mainly. But there were a lot of the videos I had, now that I have a GoPro as well. I just recently got my hands on a Hero 4. It's got a really cool feature where I can record at 720 or 1080. 1080 I can get like, I believe, 60 frames, and at 720 the highest I can get is 100. And it's really interesting because depending on how you position light and what you're doing and how good the lighting is, basically the 100 frame 720 shit's pretty cool, because it makes things look real buttery and you can get some really nice effects. I'm good right now. Anyway, but that's what I've been doing with that. And like I said, just mention that, and that's why YouTube is vital, in the sense that since I'm editing video now and I want to use it for a lot of my own personal music, because it's important to try and use your own footage for strike purposes and not, getting penalties from YouTube, which is a thing. It's common as fuck. Even with people who are legit and do their shit the right way, they still get strikes because YouTube's algorithms of, everyone knows that they've always had issues. Been weird as shit. So the more I can use original stuff to, promote my shit, Mars shit, the better.
Dude, to be honest,
what up?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm back. Hey, if anyone knows if anyone's ever heard this show, the Up All Night Show, the show I've done, Drunkcast, any of this shit, they realize that I have shitty quality and I do get banded a lot for using a lot of copyrighted music. But I need to get back on the point where I'm using my own fucking songs. And if anything, I think I've asked already, and we talked about kind of working on working on an intro song, like a really official intro song.
Basically an intro theme, yeah.
Something that we both can.
And I mean, this is not just one either, because knowing us,
I'd help you.
Yeah, knowing us, him and I, there were probably at least a variety. There were probably like 3 different themes, because we really make different. Like the song that's just played right now. Like if you compare the last song to this, like the sample, we're different. It's like this. This is beautiful sampling.
This is a chilled ass song. Tell me what you think about this.
Gorgeous.
It goes a little different. It changes up a bit.
And occasionally you might hear Nexus pop off into a freestyle. Disregard.
Which might happen. We might come in. You know what? And you know what? If Mars, we're speaking in first person, by the way, aren't we? Is it considered? Well, if you could see either of us,
I do that a lot. Yeah.
And my shit comes off kind of weak.
Oh no, that's not an issue, man.
We're just having fun with this shit. I'm not a pro. I'm already confessing now. I know my boy Marco.
I think
good.
Mars doesn't have to explain himself. You're good, man.
I know.
This is your show, dude.
Right, you know what? This is just a fun outlet to really enjoy a good conversation with a cool friend, enjoy music, and then share each other's, stuff we made, our work, our little projects we're working on. Just kind of share them with other people, but. You know what, man? A lot of this is just a shared project we got going, dude. You wouldn't believe the setup if you've seen it. Like, if you've seen the setup, it's such a cool setup. It's like somehow it balanced out. It worked. I had the mics. He had the mixer. He had the knowledge. I had the space.
No, this is all true. This literally what he's saying is like play by play of what happened.
It just worked out, dude. Somehow this shit was
all
meant to
it took
be.
was a couple of phone calls too from the past, just like, hey, what you been up to? It's like, well,
yeah,
not a damn thing, but trying to advance. I'm just trying to make my sound cleaner. I want it to sound cleaner. I want it to be not just the best, but I really want it to be original. I want it to be unique, and
I think we both did. We both agreed on that.
It was about that. Yeah, it was about that, and
it came just clear. Even to this day, we don't want to
like this album is sick, by the way. Like you hear this shit. This shit is. If there's anyone listening, this is a very nice song.
Oh my God,
so many transitions in this album. Trust me,
dude. You gotta hear the first one. The first album. You gotta hear the first album. The last song on the first album is gonna be sick as fuck. It's gonna be wild. This could be a compilation of all the whole first album, but bits and pieces build into one giant fucking just hit. It's just gonna hit you.
Very good stuff, though.
I appreciate it, dude. This is just parts of my past made into sounds and memories. When I hear it, it takes me back to like the moment when I was living at the time. I was living good. I was in a relationship. I was smoking K2.
Nostalgia in this bit. Oh,
smoking K2.
Oh, we're gonna go into this. All right. I wonder how many of y'all have tried that. I mean, at least Mars has already admitted. I've never purchased stuff in my life. I've never chose to do it.
Yo, allegedly, I smoked.
I was one of those resistors, man. I was one of those resistors. I was like, nah, I stick to cannabis.
I had some crazy fucking moments, dude.
I heard those things give you some bad trips. Literally, just bad overall. Like they give you some episodes. I heard they give you episodes, especially the more potent ones.
I embrace the fucking crazy, dude. I embrace that. Like, take me somewhere scary, dude, and just make me find myself in this lost place I've never been. Made me question everything I've ever known. I'm down for it.
Yeah, I guess you were just doing it to go into oblivion or some shit, right?
I did. And when I did, I would sit here, have crazy sex with the girl I was dating, and make music all day. And I'd make shit like this. And this shit would sound normal to me.
That's interesting.
This shit would have come out.
I don't know that was a process, but yeah.
Hey, dude, sex, whenever you don't have
trust me,
pussy on the mind, and then you have like this crazy like
regardless even just being with it, like just having that around will definitely affect everything.
It was different from weed. It was like weed, but like way different.
Oh, and you're speaking about overall K2 and about how it influenced your sound. Okay, yeah.
I did it hard.
Yeah, that's actually okay. So what you're saying, and I guess it could be a good segue into a good question or just overall topic, is you feel personally that K2 did influence your sound, like in terms of percentile, where would you put it?
I'd say you tell me by listening to what you hear.
So
But
this is like I wouldn't
this
say the
is-
product, but it's definitely influenced by it.
absolutely.
Okay, that's interesting. That's good. I mean, I guess it speaks some sort of good volumes to it, but it is sporadic. Like I would expect someone on that shit to be.
It definitely is
Sporadic, yeah, like
all over the
everywhere. But
place.
see, like this,
Tell me what you
it's
think
still
about
beautiful
this.
though. It's still kind of on key with it, and then like, this is insane. Nah, I don't remember hearing this earlier. We probably stopped it by then. Oh, now it gets different. Okay, because you could have had that looping, but then now you added the Mario beat right here. This is actually typical of your drum style too.
It's similar style.
But it does sound like the 2011 sound though, because you can listen to some other songs that I've heard that have had this sort of
It was the feel it gave me, really.
But I like that the little sound.
It felt good. It felt good. You know what the title was? Believe it or not, if this was K2 influence, this was close to the whenever I started getting into like weed and realized it. This song's called Kush for Breakfast.
That's cool, man. That's actually a really good title.
'Cause
that's your typical, good. This actually done. Stick with that fucking title.
Kush for Breakfast. Because for
That-
me, it
that's
was
funny.
When I wake up,
No, definitely. Like who's? Yo, are you speaking?
oh yeah,
My bad. I thought we had mic
I
issues.
wouldn't-
I thought you got cut off out of
No, I
nowhere.
was just
Sorry.
wiping
I
sweat
guess
from
I
my
cut you off.
fucking sweaty fat head. No, but
Yeah, literally. There's not a. I mean, the fan's facing me. You can face that fan towards you, dude. Yeah, I've been.
no,
having
I mean
it for a
it's
minute.
cool. We can. I can.
No, but you need it more than that, and you're like wearing black and stuff. I got shorts on. You've been dripping sweat all night, dude.
Right? You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've sweated out a lot of bullshit out of me. So when I went to go pee and I was looking at my restroom and I looked at myself in the mirror, I'm like, dude, I look really good. Like I've sweated out all that bullshit from the weekend. And I was like, I just stopped bitching about it.
I know for a
So-
fact that I'm pretty sure I look 80% like shit, but I definitely feel good just because I got to show whoever's listening, and this is also being recorded locally. So if this stream goes to pure shit, you're still going to be hearing this in pretty good sound after the fact because it can be uploaded just without any lag. And I think you're hearing popping right now for some volume reasons, so give me a
if
second.
the song sounds good. But I wonder if people dig it because I dig what I make, and I make it because it makes me feel good. And you never know, because some people like a generic sound. They like to hear what they're used to, and they don't like to hear something different that sounds lower quality or maybe even.
But this isn't generic though, Mario, by no means. This is actually good.
I'm saying that they're usually hearing something like if it's not Beyonce or 50 Cent, I don't want to hear it, like type shit, you know? They
pretty
have, like,
much
a
if it's
basic
not if it's
mindset.
not radio, yeah. If
And
it's
then-
not mainstream sounding, it's,
Yeah, and
they
then
won't give you the time. I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly, and I get that a lot.
It happens though, because you have an obscure sound, but that's not a. That's growing more and more, and it's just I think more along the lines. I think it's about how you present it because they're just different vessels, man. Like I guess I can link that to some of the shit that Rishi does. Like he's very trap oriented as of lately, and he knows that there's a formula to follow at many points. And that, I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, I don't know if I'd ever do auto tune on my vocals, and he's done that many times already on his songs. And some of his highly played songs, actually, that's just a fact. I think his most highly played song has him doing auto tune, and he does it good because he actually tries to sing, and it wasn't like Vivisec oversaturated the auto tune during the recording process or even the mastering process. It was more like Rishi just kind of took a catchy a hook, basically, a chorus part, and he ran with it. And I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have probably not even been a part of that because it's not my thing, but it still reaches out to a certain audience. So there's this side that there's people who make good, actually genuinely good mediocre music, like good what's in, basically, if you need to put it that way. And then there are people who are just I'm not gonna say never, but there are people who like 85 to 90% of the time that just make not weird shit but obscure shit. They make shit that's definitely gonna it's just like, look at it this way. This is also how I would consider it. It would be like basically, do you know what NPR is?
NPR, that sounds familiar.
That radio, it's just radio. Yeah, it's just public radio, and it's general stuff, and it's been around for ages. It's a station that's been around for ages. Basically, your target audience is like a bunch of fucking anywhere from like a 30-year-old to like a 4. It's just really general radio. It's like comparing that to the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, because he mentions it.
Yeah,
also. I hear it a lot. It's a radio show. It's a well-known radio show.
Exactly, and it's general, and it's really it's really tied down in that sense that there's like they have people featured on their authors and maybe musicians here and there, but they're not gonna provoke any sort of fucking actual weird questions, as we mentioned earlier, like the kind of shit you're thinking about in the shitter at, like, 2 a.m, or even at your job. Let's say you're at your job and you're looking at your coworker and you got a thought that that maybe like what 5 or 10,000 of us are probably thinking the same thing as well, but you're not gonna hear that in like public or general radio or shit like that. You're gonna, you know what I mean? You're trying to get out of that, and part of that comes with your music too, and that's why I mentioned that earlier. I may have been on before the stream got cut off, but I'll mention it again. One of the first songs I heard on YouTube and just overall by Mars, and that particular alias, because Mars, as he's probably told you, or just as the guy goes by different aliases. There are different versions of this person's music, is what I'm saying. And I got to hear the version of what you're hearing right now, the Mars version, the Mars alias, that sound, that tone, the overall just style. And when I first heard it, it wasn't like this. It wasn't, it didn't have a kick, it didn't have a snare, it didn't have anything. It was just it was like a pad and blanket sound of it was just a very ambient sound in the background with a woman's voice humming God knows what. I don't know what the hell she was humming in a very high pitch, and it fit. And the song was called She Sleeps. So the title was super open to interpretation. And at the time, which I don't know how long it's been, but maybe like 2.5 years, I've interpreted it in many ways, because you can only interpret She Sleeps in so many ways. Basically, sky's the fucking limit, and whose girlfriend hasn't slept all fucking day, right? So if you have a girlfriend or had one, so that really it extended, at least at the time, too. And the way it sounded was, I guess the best way I could put it was not just dark but melancholy, and it was good. It was a pillow of goodness, and even to this day, I haven't sampled that song for the fact of that. It is the way it's good the way it is, and it doesn't need to be altered.
Wow,
and,
dude, I'm so honored by the words I'm hearing.
But it's true. And that's what I meant. Now I'm linking this to the whole idea of obscurity and weirdness, and like you said, you get the reaction sometimes of people like, "What the fuck is this?" This don't sound like trap. This don't sound like some premiere shit. This don't sound like fucking, or who's popular. I don't know, this don't sound like your radio shit. This don't sound poppy enough. This don't have enough auto tune. This don't have enough it doesn't have enough of that. And it's like, why should it? Exactly. And if we have to be outcast, we've been that, and we definitely make the ideas. So obscurity is a good thing, and that's what's important. You need to be able to keep that, because or else you'll just become a fucking clone. You'll become a wind-up toy, You'll just be like some other assembly line bitch.
I couldn't have said it better. Everything you've said, I couldn't have said it better. Also, damn, something you said I want to go back to, but it's like, I'm so blazed. It's hard to recapture an old thought that you've, it's like a river. It's hard to go back to that thought, because your river's so the stream's so strong. It takes you away. You can't go back. You can't swim back. And if you did, it's going to take you a minute. So it's better to just
flow of thoughts, of ideas.
Yeah, it just...
Here on the Nex and Mars Show.
Dude, it's been the Nex and Mars Show, dude. We are speaking our minds late at night. Up all night, that is. Dude, goddamn, dude. There's no more honest radio you're going to get.
I know, honestly. It's funny you just said that, but we definitely don't sleep.
I didn't. Yeah, dude, you know what? You obviously don't seem like you're tired, and this is around the same time I'm up. I want to be creating shit this time of night. I don't want to be sleeping.
Yeah, there are bullshit studies done too, and even though I disregard them because that's just my cynicism, that's just my arrogance. Sometimes, there are things that we choose to disagree with, and I'm not disagreeing with this, but this has been proven that some of the smartest people and overall creative minds do tend to do the best things at these parts of night. And I believe it. Yeah, I personally do believe it. I'm also one of those people that refuses to believe that, because I also love rest. And I think it sucks that people deprive themselves of rest, and that sometimes science says no, but it's okay to not fucking sleep because you're more creative. Well, dude, sometimes I want to rest.
What about this though?
But I get what you're saying, and it makes perfect sense, because dude, I've stayed up countless nights and mornings just working on 1 or 2 pads or a bass, lick, dude, or something.
Yeah, dude, check this out, dude. It's a little philosophy of my own.
And my bad for cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, you didn't cut me off. Oh, you didn't cut me off at all. If anything, I love it. Say what you have to. I'll hold that thought for as long as I can, but no, I can hold it for so long because it's this whole river of thought. Anyways, fuck, the river of thought took this thought. Hold on. Okay, go swim back. It's there. Okay, this thought came from okay, late at night. Maybe the idea behind it is that whenever everyone's asleep, usually that's whenever there's less people like not only thinking about you but thinking in general. And I think that cuts down, like, that allows you to think more because there's so much thought going into place in a certain time of day.
Yeah. Without trying to
ideas.
misinterpret you, I guess what you're saying is there's less of a strain on you as an individual to try to put shit out.
Everyone's asleep and no one's paying attention.
Exactly. I was just about to mention that there's less eyes and ears on you.
And during the day, you feel more pressure to
the pressure.
shit.
Yeah, but honestly,
that could
you don't always have to feel that way either, though, because if you're in your own home, you don't have to feel pressure.
It might be the music. It might be a little. You know what? It is. You know what? It put it back on. What it is, it's my program because the Adobe Audition. Excuse me.
Mario's setting his sample rate kind of trash and getting some popping on the album, but because he hasn't exported it. Yeah. You're listening to a raw, straight up from the actual program.
You're listening to this piece of beef.
Disregard the popping.
Uncooked.
Sorry about that.
This shit's so uncooked. I'm not even done putting it together in video.
Raw as war.
Raw as fuck. But it's a little. You know what? This seems more like an intro song. I've always thought. You're getting a commentary, like you know how they have commentary in movies. You're getting a commentary on album before it. So it's like you can't.
That's true. You're honestly kind of getting. This is basically just our analysis of a pre-release.
And then it's like you don't really get the full version of it because we're talking over more on.
That ain't bad though. That's still not bad though, because you're not supposed to get the full version. That's the point. Honestly.
Plus, wouldn't you love the artist, the author's commentary? Have you ever heard this one?
Nuh-uh.
This is what was the song I made. It was like a summer song, more of a sunset kind of song. It was more of a sunset type of song, like during summer. It sounds cheesy as fuck, but goddamn, did it make me feel good while I was making it. But
be right back.
Are you pausing total or just? Pour
Eventually we'll
slowly.
figure this out very, very soon, honestly. Because there are also ways you can also get mobile hotspots. I'd be down to pitching for that, just for this sake. Like if I'm not at my house or anything, you can always have a way to have at least decent, like a little bit slightly above 4G. Because your main connection is on some other shit.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on. Maybe if I, you know what? It's probably because I'm on the internet right here. Hold on.
No, I'm not even talking about the popping. I was talking about, because like on my end over here, I'm looking at how many frames
It'll
and stuff
come out
are dropped. And it's just funny. Shout out to the internet. It's funny.
Thanks for being a thing and letting us do our thing, you know? Through your thing.
Oh wow, it leads into this?
You like that transition there, dude?
That was interesting.
Dude, you know what, dude? I did a cover of this song, and you know what it was? It was me drunk as fuck ranting about my demons. Like, I'm sick of hearing your
You
shit.
freestyled, or you just started like
It wouldn't-
commentating
it was just
over
me
it?
talking
It was like
over
it's like poetry kind
I
of
was-
deal, right? You were
it
just
was
like
me
freestyling
talking-
some spoken thoughts.
Spoken
Just
drunk
like blah,
thoughts.
blah blah.
And I was talking to myself as like, and then I went over and then spoke over it, like it as a real, like, I wouldn't say demon to myself, but just a more of a negative version of myself, and then even a good, trying to give good advice, like a devil angel thing.
Speaking of that, yeah, I'm about to spit over this. Yeah,
Dude, I'm digging.
yeah. These are, I even call this miscellaneous 3. Like, so this is just this is just a bunch of a compilation of miscellaneous raps that I wrote. I'll turn it up real quick though. Can you like replay the beat a little bit further back? No, I don't know if you can you? Because you're on a dot thingy majigger.
I can. You may do it.
Just a little further back. I mean, you can always go to the beginning, but that transition was beautiful earlier.
How far should I go back?
Wow, I just bumped into my mic again. What an idiot. I mean, just start there. No, you could have started there. Even at the ending of this, it'd be fine.
Okay, guys, this is
Yeah.
boy next.
How y'all doing? Doesn't matter. No one's watching, but let me turn it up.
Dude, yeah, turn it up.
I'm left infected by your presence. Old emotions got me stressing. Was this a fling to fool you? And then was this a fling to fool? And goddamn, I'm gonna run that back. I'm willing to fuck up live. Nah, you could have kept that going. I meant to myself. It was like a mental.
My bad.
No, you're good. Yeah. Good thing there's 0 viewers. I'm left infected by your presence. Old emotions got me stressing. Was this a fling to fool yourself and healing your depression? Had the choice to say goodbye, yet you're fooled to get the lesson. You're not the only heart in this tortured game of guessing. And now I'm left to ramble on, soothe the bruises in my soul. Get by with synthesizer sample melancholy tones. Fell in love with what could roll. I'm definitely not in agreement of how I'm grieving. Of a pretty-eyed demon scheming to leave me like a fool believing. Just a sequence of synapses when I have chances. Given a choice to think when the plans will rarely happen. Unpredictable events, a substitute as magic. Kiss the foot of fools in holy fabric. Intensify the human habit. Ain't it strange? Can't let go. Monotony's my best friend. No real control. Ain't it strange? Bend the knee. Humanity's digital change is a matter of choice. Challenge yourself to translate the voice of many folk. Middle class, rich or barely making it. Complacency is dangerous. Ruthless to desert him at any minute, just to fit the image. Mask yourself looking good in gorgeous linens. Compromise to fake hello, switching faces to fit in. The pen is paving paths for days of calm rest. The violent pressure on my chest. The violent pressure on my chest. Just trying to not be depressed.
Oh shit, son!
It's all written though, you know.
Wow, those
That's
were
that
deep,
faggy hold my cell phone shit.
dude.
Yeah.
No, dude, that was that I felt it. Dude,
That's
wow.
miscellaneous, so it's all miscellaneous. Just a bunch of compilations about different topics that I
Wow,
found.
dude, you sat there and did that with that song. That's so
Miscellaneous.
fucking
What's
deep.
coming up next?
You
I think
felt
it's over.
the energy. I was.
Well,
creating.
I listened to this song before too, though. Now that you're putting it on an album, that's good.
but
It's really cool.
yeah, because I didn't have it on one. But you really captured the feel of it, and then just wrote lyrics based off that feel. Like, wow, you captured that energy and just turned it into a story of your own. Like, turned it into a feeling, an emotion, a reminder, a memory. And it just made it something. Dude, that was so fucking good. Dude, all I need is crowd cheer.
Soundbite.
Like, yeah. Oh, this was just a little random. This one was a quick one. This one's like a one. This one's called, believe it or not.
It's still a beat too, right?
Yeah, it's just this is different. It just jumped into it. This one's called Space Place, I think it's called, or Space Place. Because it's that space place that you go to. I don't know.
Yeah, I got no time. A life sublime. Beats and rhymes refine the mind to fine tune, to synthesize a sound to reach your soul and make it shine. From the funk, fuck all the beef and grime. Collective integrating culture, spitting light and rhymes. Just seeking simple remedies to soften up the rough days. Not much is healing me, but musically my tribe will cleanse the crowd eventually. Innovators of new sound stimulate your thoughts visually. Assisted by the rhythmic chemistry, intricately layered sounds of sacred frequencies provoke the common man to question public imagery. Pill-induced youth clone each other's styles frequently, losing count of all your shoes and gimmick jewelry. Adulthood and simple words is daily stress, be consumed by monotony, a fight to manifest, filter life's inevitability of provoking a mess. Eyes are dry and burning up from neglected rest. Insomnia intensifies the lack intuition. Feeling violent moods cloud my ambitions, lacking mental ammunition.
Wow, that was
Reminiscing.
great. What
Reminiscing.
great writing.
Reminiscing. Let's see, this is definitely more feel good. See, I can find something. Let's see. Actually, you can even, yeah, it can be anything, you know.
It really
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just,
This one's too controversial.
dude.
Let's see. This one's easy. This one's right. This one's easy right. This was me like talking about this. A lot of these have themes too. This one's
Yeah.
this one's mainly about. This one's about.
Dude, I forget how good some of these sound. Like, this
Actually,
one sounds
this is-
good.
I've already
I
done
like
this
this
one
one.
before. Let's see what this one.
Takes me
I'm
back,
reading.
dude. Some of them are just
a
like,
lot
I
of
forget I
lines.
made these. But, by the way, the songwriting you have right now is so on point. Like, you have some good... You've been writing, it sounds really good. I admire it.
Yeah, like I'm looking for a beat or
Like a good lick.
Yeah, like this one's about basically.
This one's about like being high, but like.
No, I mean what I'm about to spit is about it's about cell phones and people being addicted to like pretty much you're being addicted to your screen. So
Dude, can I restart it or should I?
Go ahead if you want. Yeah, it's about mobile gaming and the media and all that shit, all this typical stuff.
I can totally relate with that because I know a lot of people.
I wrote it a while back, so I wasn't too. It was fucking.
You went hard on this one.
This is.
It's gonna switch. Just give it a second. It's gonna change out of nowhere. Should we get this bong going? You know what? Let's keep this going for a while. Let's get this bong going, and we're gonna speed to it as soon as we're ready. I might need to reload that. How's it looking? Dude, to me, this one's more of a going back to my drunk self.
This one to me is the complete opposite. I found this song and like the way I feel about this beat is pure happiness and like cleansiness instead of drunkenness. It's crazy too how like a lot of this stuff you made into you made it like in really funny goofy times and like I interpret it as very clean innocent music. It's funny.
Wow, dude.
I really do. A lot of your sound sounds innocent, but you're
dude.
not an innocent person.
Dude, they go
you're the
so
least innocent. Yeah, I know
dark
that.
and deep, dude. They really go like sometimes dark where like I take myself to the brink of just being alone,
That's
being with
funny
myself.
because a lot of it I interpreted as very positive and uplifting.
Some of it is, but to me this one is my alcohol.
No, don't get me wrong. There are definitely
demons,
some dark songs.
arguing with my angels, and realizing my demons always win. This one's about my demons always winning.
Let's go over here.
Well, how deep it goes, but yeah, let me go ahead and get to that next song, because it's gonna be this one right here, which is a good one, dude. When I heard you play it, I was like, holy shit, he likes it.
Oh, you're talking about the one that was slowed down?
Here we it's about
The
to go
one that I
on.
mentioned?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mentioned.
Oh, wow, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Here it comes. It's fading. You ready?
Are you talking about the other one? The one I just did right now? Oh, the one I was doing, yeah, the one I was looking for shit on. I thought you meant the one we played way earlier that I heard a version of. Here we go. But yeah, this one's some shit I wrote about people on their cell phones.
I dig it.
And more than likely just how all of us, I mean, I'm not judging
We all
anyone,
do.
but all of us sell ourselves to some sort of devices. Yeah, check it. You're still in deep coma from all the candy you've crushed. I never thought I'd see a species with his mind so flush. Weatherproof protection, imperfection. Idiot turned genius thanks to auto correction. No age group or demographic to gauge this obsession. High res lenses and NFC. Let's reshape the earth with AT&T. Sign the fine line, and for the first month is free. Triple digits every month just to call some family. Not to mention all the hidden taxes and fees. Human beings replacing sunlight for handheld TVs. Twitter page to gauge your fame. Wipe the lens, adjust your frame. Endless scrolls and double tapping got the country all deranged. Shut the fuck up and let the music ring for a change. The realest beauties face to face, yet we stress the text. Ain't it strange? Humanity's drained. Digital ID left in exchange. Ain't it strange? Ain't it strange? Humanity's drained.
Wow. Humanity's drained. And it's drained from what it really means. It no longer really means what it really means, does it? It's kind of lost in translation.
Yeah.
More like some mental bullshit masturbation. But yes, I'm going. Wow, dude, wow. I actually want to go back and record that lick and
This
just.
one's about religion. Written text, drinking wine, find salvation within these shrines. With simple chants they all consign, leaving their minds in bliss yet confined. Fearing the day the shepherd leaves them behind. Doubting modern science, yet mutton mucus heal the blind. Talking snakes restrict the pearly gates. Sacrifice every possession for his sake. If human minds had choice, then what the fuck is their fate? Peaceful man with a passive plan, driven from the world by hate, thorns and blood, heaven's lethal flood, 1,000-year ideology in every soul they integrate. Fulfill the proceeding, the superstitious scheming. Yahweh's crooked ways got you shook and all believing. Yahweh's crooked ways got you shook and all believing.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was about your boy Yahweh, aka God. Faggot.
Holy shit. Fucking next. Or do you hear this lyricism that, oh my god, dude, that fucking shit hit me, dude. Some strong lyricism, dude. Sorry about the. You are definitely a writer, dude. You're definitely an artist. You definitely are about learning what you're about. Dude, Nex is no bullshit. This is the guy that's gonna represent Texas music eventually one of these years. And everyone's gonna talk about it. They knew him, dude. Dude, he did it all himself, dude.
The goodness, dude.
This guy
The
is
goodness.
pure talent, dude. I'm just, dude. Sometimes you know when you're in a presence of talent, and I feel like, see, this is where it changes up right here. I feel like it just changes the whole vibe. I was thinking about taking it out, but I'm like, you know what, man? That's what it came out as. I'm leaving it. It didn't even vibe right, I felt, but
You always work on it still. I mean, this is not a full release yet.
absolutely not. And it kind of ends this way, kind of bitter. See, it could have ended differently. I was going through it.
That's the end of the album, you mean? Like, it's the
No,
name
no,
of
no.
this Oh, okay, let's say.
Absolutely not, dude. This shit has. Listen to that. I'll shut up.
Be careful how you use it.
This is a different song.
Totally a different feel, yeah, you're right. Or is this the what you're talking about? Or
No, this is how it entered. This is one of my old school, and this one was about me using like a lot of like weird vocals and like the sound. I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear that. Ow, 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 ow,
I was just using a lot of different shit at this point. And I felt like it was worthy because I'd listened to it before and I'd be really stoned going through it, and it's just, it put me in a trance. It got me stuck. The switch up kind of changes up. And has a lot of randomness to it.
Oh shit!
Has
You're
a lot of
right.
randomness
Oh damn,
to
it is intense.
It's cool to hear it with a friend firsthand, a fan. Like you truly listening. You're a listener, and you go through listen to my music, and I admire that you're sitting here going through this. Like there's no one else I would have rather have this done this with, like the premiere of the. I have a lot of random sounds. Listen to this. It's not that great, but I kind of threw in a couple sounds that kind of give it a different kind of feel, like where just threw in where the energy was going.
It's that it's like it resembles more Starfucker than anything.
I guess I took it a little old school then.
Yeah, definitely. It's because this is that to me.
Yeah.
This is that Starfucker sound that you had back in the day.
You know what? It's funny you say that. The Starfucker sound, I use a lot of voice. Whenever I go back to the album, whenever you hear that Starfucker album I make, it's gonna be the Mars Magma Starfucker Experiment album.
That's cool.
But because that's who it. That's
you
who
have
I
a
was.
lot. You still have a lot of songs that you did by that name.
And dude, there's so many. I have to re-edit the Starfucker out of it. But when you listen to it, it has a lot of crazy shit like this, like voices over and shit. But you get captured in it. Like it sounds repetitive, but you get captured in it a little. I think it captured me. And
Oh, those sounds are intense too, though.
they're just different. They're just different. I don't know. Just like for me, when I was listening to it, man, I usually trip like a motherfucker when I listen to my own music. So, I get to get back to that feel. I was trying to get this insane feel in it, like just the madness in a way. I don't know. As you obviously notice, the display of sounds, people yelling for no reason. Dude, this song's so random, dude. You gotta see how it ends, and it's just so random. I can't believe, like, I actually decided.
It's actually not that bad. It's very, very, like I said, it's really hard. I mean, I don't like using this word, but it is the way it sounds. It's very hardcore.
You know what? I really.
Yeah, it sounds hardcore, Starfucker, pretty much.
It really does have, like. Whenever I make a sound, I really try to capture, like, a feel. Like, especially, like, I go into dream feels of old, like, how that dark, faded look that you get when dreams. I try to recapture that in sounds and songs. And
You know what you just said is pretty much how Richard, or I guess what he's known as Aphex Twin, one of his most famous ambient albums was that. He it's a two disc album, super long, or a 2-disc part thing, whatever. Basically, one of the most notorious ambient albums of all time, especially in the mid '90s, was made by him. And he mentioned that the inspiration for the album, shit you not, there's interviews on it. This shit is documented. And this is, mind you, this is the inspiration for one of the biggest, most, how do I say, it's one of the catalyst albums for ambient music at the time, for the technology and what you could do and how beautiful you could make it sound. He reported that, and the main influence of it was, he said that the premise of the idea was there were sounds that he heard in his dream, and he was trying the best he could while he was awake to pretty much emulate those sounds that he heard.
wow.
And it was a compilation of different sounds. And when you listen to that album to this day, by everyone mainly, it's in everyone's top 5, top 3. It is one of the pinnacle high marks of ambient music. It has never failed. It's timeless. One of the best albums ever known. And that was the main influence for it. There were sounds that he heard during his dreams that he just wanted to recreate.
You know what? Oh my god. This sounds so ridiculous, but that's exactly... Like, I understand what he was going through. By the way, listen to this ending. Dude, that looked like a good hit. Pass that shit over here. That shit looked beast. You think it's over?
The bull?
No, I got a lot of it.
Yeah, I know. It's cool, man. It sounds interesting. Boy, them delays. Mars Magma, folks.
do you think's next?
It's pretty sick. What is this?
Have you ever heard this by chance?
I don't think I have.
Oh my god.
Sounds interesting already.
It sounds a
It's
little
reminiscent of Rishi's music, sort of. Okay, now it sounds like Mars. With the that's sick. That's interesting. This is very video game-esque, honestly. This is like 2007. Hell yeah. I don't know. This is, oh, wow, now it's changing. Now it's sick. This is nice. This is actually really, really nice.
I like that you like it. This is an old school one that I never brought out. This song's called Good Mood I Be. It sounds weird, but the way it's worked made sense to me when I came up with the title. Good Mood I Be. It sounds like caveman talk, but
Actually sounds sick to me. It sounds more like digital to me. Obviously it's digital,
wow,
but you
that
know what I
sounds
mean.
cool
But like
shit,
a video
dude.
game.
I didn't even see it that way.
Yeah, I feel like it's a video game-esque sound. Like I could see this on an indie game or some shit now, or hear this, not see this. It's just chill. With that buzzsaw set, that you can hear that saw sound. That's very 80s, and that's why I meant like a synthy sound is very
love
reminiscent of
those synth 80s
arcade.
sounds.
Yeah, I love him too. I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, because influence comes from a lot of like I love 80s music, and not only that, I love gaming music.
Yeah, which is pretty much the same thing. Yeah, they both record the same thing. They use some of the same keyboards, etc.
This one's long too. It's one of those long songs that it's such a good sound. I had to carry it on for a while, but like carry it and mix it surprisingly, in a way. Mars is going to. I'm going to bathroom break. Yo. He's been quiet this whole time, right? Like what? Yeah, this one. I've noticed it takes a while. Did he skip the song?
No!
Are you sure?
No!
Okay, fine. If you say so. But check this out. This is the ending of it. And this is part of the next song. I don't even remember what I added. It's somewhat of a surprise to me too. Sounds kind of bummerish, right?
Sounds what?
Sounds kind of like
So what's next?
Yeah,
It's alright.
I made a lot of these, dude. I'm telling you, I was gonna make a whole album based off it, but I needed to kind of mix it up because I didn't want the person to be like, man, I feel depressed listening to this. I could have done it, but I decided to make them based off how I felt during the time I made them, like all significant to the same date. Skimming through it because so much cover. Dude, we've been jamming for a while. This is towards the end of the song, of course. I want to see how it fades to the next one, or how what. Because I kind of forgot myself, believe it or not. Dude, so far everything sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
What's the final? It's like a final boss. That can't be it. What is it? Oh, dude, we're not even set. You ever heard this song? Dude, how you feeling, dude?
Good, I'm just looking at some random files. Just trying to access it, but I forgot your internet's pretty slow, so I've just been looking at random files.
Oh yeah, dude, it is.
Is this part of the album as well?
It is, but you know
That's a crazy sound. It sounds like
what's kind of weird is according to this recording I have here, it's almost the end of the album. When in actuality, I have like 34 songs in the actual one. I think I might have uploaded the wrong one, or it might have not finished. But earlier you're talking about the intro to this song, which I just want to play one more time real quick.
My favorites.
And this one is an old one. Hey, dude, how do you feel about strip clubs?
Yeah, alright. I've only been like a couple, but it's only been like I've basically twice, but every time I went like 4, you know, like on a run. But I was too fucked up. I don't remember parts of some of them.
Oh, it sucks.
Definitely, but it wasn't like uncomfortable. It's just I'm just usually turned off by the fact that I have to pay to get in to see titties. But that's just me. If you got the money to spend, you got it.
Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's worth it. It becomes kind of fun. Just because sometimes, you know, you're not looking for like the whole experience of like relationship. You're just looking for a girl who's willing to show her tits to you.
Tits are always good.
And sometimes that helps, man. That cheers up the fucking guy. Or us as men, that cheers us up. It puts a smile on our face. And we don't see that enough anymore.
Yeah, I guess so.
We don't have enough girls. Everyone has this idea of like dating a fucking moron first that looks like the, you know, whatever, and then they ruin their lives with that guy, get kids, and then they come back to us expecting us to like be down for him. And it's like, no, you have like a million kids, and like now you want me? You should have fucking hit me up whenever we.
Yeah, I call it poor judgment.
before the bullshit. People get mad and say shit like, no. But I'm like, dude, go suck a dick, dude. That's just how some people think. Now, you know what this song means to me, dude? She Sleeps was more of a, the music itself couldn't keep itself asleep. It had to wake itself back up, and the music woke back up to reclaim her sound.
Mama has awakened.
In a way that the music was, because you know how it started, and it woke her up, like eventually you start to hear her, like, her calls, and it built to this part. It's she the music who was awoke? She sleeps.
This thing is so slow.
Is it working, by the way? Correctly, or were we just bullshitting?
Yeah, we're still streaming. Yeah. I'm just looking at
it's
some.
cool. I kind of started to think it wasn't working.
No, I'm looking at just something separate. I've just been listening to you talk.
It's cool. It's cool. It's playing shit over here. I'm over here playing. Like we're completely across the room. Somehow, I'm able to control what sounds we listen to, which is crazy. Because why am I in control of anything?
That's fucked.
Really? Hey, should I be in control of anything? No! Exactly. But hey, you know what? This is the Nex and Mars Show, and we get to do really what the fuck we want. Because, this is just what we want to do. And for some reason, I'm allowed to host. Be part host. I'm 50% host. We've been hosting, we're just bullshit and playing music. You ever heard this album? Dude, I'm gonna get some strippers on soon. I wanna see what kind of life strippers live. Dude, no lie though.
What's up?
Oh yeah, I appreciate they turned it down. It was kind of getting loud. But
Hold on, I'm
dude,
about to-
those some of those
What's up?
freestyles were fucking on
Oh, yeah, that
point.
was
Those
pretty
are
fun.
cool. What if dude, let me I guess what if I found some songs that are potential rap overable?
You can. In the meantime, I'm playing this, but you're
No, dude, you
slow.
got something to play, dude. I'd love to hear what you got.
This is an old. Oh my god. It's like can't even like play it through here because it's gotta do its thing and wait. It's gotta be like nah, they want to. Let me see. Hold on. No. Basically.
Hey, cut it out. What's up with all the yelling, right? What's all that bullshit? It's crazy. You don't hear shit without headphones. I hear jack shit. How long has the stream been going? It feels like a good solid.
For a while. Hold on.
And dude, if
Oh,
it's
wow, I
still
forgot you don't even
streaming,
have
maybe
headphones on.
It'll give me potential time to like add an album. I still have enough space. That sounds completely ridiculous, but you know where I was getting at. You know where I was getting at when I was talking shit. Yeah, I'm gonna let you load what's going on next. But for now, dude, oh yeah, I got to check how long the stream has been. It seems like it's been going on a good long while. It's been a fun little stream we had. We haven't even touched the subject of Smash Brothers and the ability that we're able to actually play and stream the gameplay we both play. Like, imagine you guys are already witnessing the Nex and Mars show right now as we speak. But imagine Nex and Mars battling on Smash Brothers. What the fuck do you think that's gonna be like? That's gonna be hectic. Oh yeah, I was supposed to be playing random beats, right? Okay, anyways, I'll take control of this shit. Because he's over there handling some shit of his own. Dude, check this out, guys. I have a friend, very talented friend, amongst us both. You know, Nex he's of course a talented guitarist. If you've ever heard him, but I have another friend who's a very talented vocalist, man. My friend Brian Hernandez, dude. Check this song. This is a song called "Girl from Ipanema." He actually covered from Frank Sinatra. It's a Frank Sinatra cover. I'm sure he covered from somewhere else, but I think I have it playing. There goes this playing. But he's oh my god, just listen, tell me what you think, folks. But very talented in his singing. This is his Frank Sinatra cover, "Girl from Ipanema." Check it out, folks. Oh, shut up.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes, ah. When she walks, she's like a samba that swings so cool and sways so gently that when she passes, each one she passes goes, ooh. But I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her I love her? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes I smile, she doesn't see.
It is what it is.
Wow. Hello.
What is
But I
up?
watch her so sadly.
Amazing shit, dude.
Brian in
Like,
the background.
still to this day, I listen to his music
Really
and it's like,
crisp sound. Good voice.
Yes, I would give my heart.
dude, classic. You know, I actually, out of town, I worked with a group
It's
of
funny, man.
Mexicans.
People think that we're just two potheads in a room, and we are, but they act like we don't fucking know people with talent. Besides ourselves.
Yeah, there's plenty of very interesting and intellectual artists who actually know who, you know, their own shit they like to
Yeah,
play music.
and there's more in the works. There's a lot of different stuff coming pretty soon.
You have
within
to
a
share.
year or
You
two
have to
time.
share the love.
It'll get to a point where if internet gets better and better, where regardless of where we're at, there'll be at least 2 or 3 webcams with different performance setups. That's something I've been setting up to that I've already done, and it'll be there. But I'm about to show you this that I was playing earlier. That I was
Yeah.
gonna play earlier.
No, play something.
Just in the meantime,
I was just randomly
Okay.
throwing shit off.
I think it'll work. It should work.
You know what? You might even get to see yours
This is
truly
just a really,
sing a corny
good-
song, but
It's
I mean,
not just something that was unreleased before my computer got wiped. I ended up saving it. It's called Stillwater.
wow.
This is the 3rd mix I did of it.
This is something you made?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Let me see if I can. Yeah. Okay. It's all it is basically a endless bass loop with effects in the middle of it, and you'll hear, now that you have headphones too, for those of you who are going to hear this in headphones eventually, it has subtle effects, and they all.
Do you have lyrics to this, by the way?
No lyrics. It's just a loop, and it lasts longer than most of my loops. It's just really nice, especially if you're hearing stereo.
Would you sing anything? Feel the need? You should.
I don't sing, man. It's just the song gets interesting into the middle. Like right now, here, coming up in the end of the parts, at the very end of that loop, that it's gonna start to. There's a lot of things that are gonna happen.
I kind of want to.
About to end it. Or Mars wants to do something though.
What are you talking about ending? Like,
Or cut the stream off soon. What's up?
oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we can do
Gotta
that.
pack the mixer up soon.
Yeah, it probably is time to end this, but
Yeah.
I kind of felt like I was digging those freestyles. Do you have any other we could just bullshit on? It'd be fun as fuck to just go back and forth on. Like, I don't know.
Did you have beats set up?
I don't have any beats set up, but let me see. I don't think I have any.
I'll do one more, but I don't know what over what. Let's see. I think I can do a. You have them on here. more
Maybe
than
I can
likely.
play. Yeah, you have some of the other ones that you know for sure that.
Why the fuck is it not giving me permission? That's crazy. Anyway,
That's fucking weird.
that's something else, man. I'm just tripping.
Yeah, I'd like to hear another freestyle. Maybe just we bullshit one. We probably shouldn't, but I kind of feel it'd be fun.
I don't know what it'd be. I'm looking at some of yours right now, but I'm trying to think of which one I can remember has a feel like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like I'm trying to find one over here on this laptop. We're both
Good vibes. I think we played that earlier. It's the same as number one, I think.
Try the one with
Oh,
perspective.
this is actually a good one. Oh, we played this one earlier, though, didn't we? On your
we
album?
did actually.
Yeah,
we
it's
did
just titled
finish.
differently.
Is there one without the title perspective something?
Yeah, somewhere around here, I think.
It should be on that one
My
for sure.
perspective, but how good is it right now? Let's see.
Dude, this one for me.
This is not bad.
I actually made. I remember
Hold on.
singing something to it. It was kind of. I remember.
Hello. I guess I can think of something. No, I got something written. I know this beat. I have this beat at the house.
Feels good.
The fire. Oh wait, this is shorter. Simple. Collective got the cosmic glow, constant hold with 100 times of gravity. Wield the microphone, supernova, fuel the soul. Take some notes and take a stroll. We're on some other shit. Hide the kids and load your clips. Nex and Vivisect striking quick. Like pistol whips, leave the lips. Lyrics leave the lips and make the crowd split. Verbal mosh pit, we speak in ancient text like Mayan hieroglyphs. Shine with the highest luminance. PC soothe with the smoothest sense. Enhancing every sense and filter all the ignorance. My tribe's state of mind is carnivorous. Haters front and leave the battlefield with severed ligaments. Raise the volume and integrate this brilliance. Radio jams are a hindrance. Open up your mind and question all your interest. You win your thoughts of misery, caught up in earthly mysteries. My mind is pink and not a sink, staying roasted like rotisserie. Infinite celestial supersonic symphonies are bumping in and out. My soul leaving musical divinity. You're stuck on music industries and try your no existence. Constant colors mixed with sound, leaving only melted senses. Simple grammar losing meaning, no direction. In any sentence, sacred subliminal geometry that bends like kaleidoscope tubes, random beauty. Every spin, utensils or the microphone, a pad and basic pins. It's all we need to plant the seeds and have your minds ascend relentless with the rhythm, funky lines that never end. Spitting typhoons, words torrential like Leviathan. Step within the lion's den, frost giant flow, spit liquid nitrogen. Many have approached and all were left in cryogen. I'm just at ease with the pen in my hand. Flows leave the ballpoint, pen at command. This impulsive raps is what my mental demands. It's what my mental demands.
It's what my mental demands. It's what my mental demands.
The fire, hey yo, the fire kid. On track again, microphone fiend with the pen in his hand. Lyrics leave the mouth smoothly like the desert sands. Now he takes a stand against weak MCs and shitty bands. No style, just flashy sleight of hand. Endless gimmicks feed your feeble pride and leave your content bland. Fire hat kid, never fuck with the pills. Smoke a J and rock the decks and drown in thoughts that would chill. Euphoria surrounds his life and stress just stands still. Strife just, damn it, stress just stands still.
Oh my god, it's so on point.
Yeah, I tried to go through the whole beat, but you know, it's about the end though. I'm watching it.
Holy shit, that was on point.
One. Yeah, it's a good beat. The New Perspective is a sick ass beat.
Dude, that was a sick ass like written you had going. Dude, that was on point with the.
I forgot what time lapse sounds. I think it's the same as Good Vibes might be. No, this is different. This is not a freestyle. I know what this is. I've heard this as well. But let's see. Let's see what. Are we?
You have the list over there. You have a cool list going.
I forgot. I think we already heard number one, didn't we? Let's see. No, we didn't. Did we?
I don't think so. But
no, this is one
it.
of the craziest. I remember this beat. This beat I've used before many times.
Next. Dude, he's on one of the tracks, dude. This is legit. This is
gonna be interesting. Here we go. It's gonna be harder than usual though, because some of these are. I'm digging. I'm digging. I'm digging deep in this vessel of vex you callin' stress. Replace relentless with progressive thoughts and nothing less. Got me wondering if we're still in tribes. Young men feeling gratified, spilling the blood for loose fives. Slinging meds to kids, no shame in getting by. Claim blame the rich. Police or news choppers in the sky. Hood mob mentality, keeping men compromised. Neglected ethics, education. No proper way to socialize. Manifest, digress, and repel from all the hypocrites. Cities filled with rabble cannibals. I think I'm losing it. I choose to sit. Drag the Rillo, I just lit. I second guess my train of thought these days, cause reality bends, respect and honesty are only things we pretend. Criticism of the facts are often flipped to offend. Never failed to expose a blind hypocrisy within. Sure, blame the white man for all the poverty and sin. Ignore that most colored men are killed by individuals of equivalent melanin, equivalent skin. No one forced you to hand the cock the gun in the end. Just another statistic, put handcuffs again. Rhythmic, just another statistic putting handcuffs again. No one forced your hand to cock the gun in the end. No one forced your hand to cock the gun in the end. Just another statistic putting handcuffs again. That one gets a little more personal, but wow. I'm not done with it. It's about crime and how we choose to dismiss it and just blame other motherfuckers for it.
Like it's not a thing we do.
Yeah, and this is another, yeah, exactly. And this is about kind of the same thing, but older. It's about 2 years before I wrote this. Deepest truths are never heard. Escape becomes concern, passion only. This one's about addictions. Deepest truths are never heard. Escape becomes concern, passion enhance the burn. Endless labor just for sins with lessons never learned. Deprive us of our pleasures, make our bodies twist and turn. 6 packs of 6 obliged to let our vital organs burn. Bottles or syringes to reach your escapade. Paranoid and stress to begin to escalate. Thoughts that make you suffocate, your mood begins to fluctuate. Seems like honesty will always mix a fucks a crowd of ignorance. And words are worth a mere 2 cents. I sleep tight at night because of this. Your foolish pride raping innocence. These lines are right in its defense. Selfish minds can't fathom this wave of love and happiness, the root of true divine abyss. Miss me with that petty bullshit, packaged with a kiss. To soothe the soul of nervousness, to feel the hate from consciousness. I leave this life in concept bliss, to pleasure, weak intolerance, to mental dominance. Fuck you fake ass whack MCs.
Oh, on fucking point with the rhythm and beat and everything else in between. Shit, that was sick as fuck. Holy fuck, dude, that sounded good. Yo, next on the fucking beat, you just killed my fucking beat. That was wow. Holy shit.
I wasn't beyond how many minutes we're gonna spend on each verse, because I don't have myself and someone else included. Maybe 3 of us. Trinity's probably gonna destroy the beat. They're gonna make children with it.
Dude, I completely believe everything you're saying.
But that is what it is for now, folks. About to sign off pretty soon. Thank you for joining us.
Oh yeah.
We did what we could for the time being.
Dude, what a great show it's
Morning
been.
hours.
The whole
It's
build-up.
breakfast, basically breakfast hours.
Go make yourself some goddamn pancakes, bitches.
Might just do that. I will.
I feel like I'm about to make me some eggs, bitch. Hopefully
But it
make
is what
some
it is. You
fucking
will hear
bacon.
more of us soon. And regardless of how choppy this is when you hear it and it's uploaded, there will be a better version uploaded, guaranteed, at least by me.
Wow. Hey, let's put out some. You have any links? Anything you wanna promote?
The links will be coming soon. Everything I said was mentioned earlier on the podcast.
I'd like to promote a
Just my
couple
major
things.
shout outs.
Throw a couple.
Go ahead.
If you want to check out the Mars Magma on YouTube, look it up, subscribe, look at some of the songs if you're into this shit. If you were into anything you heard tonight, look me up, Mars Magma on YouTube.
Yeah, what you're hearing in the back is Mars Magma.
Absolutely, and if you like anything you heard, even dude, your poetry was on point. Everything you wrote, his writing. Next, where do we find anything you've written, anything like that? Because that shit was sick. I loved it.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier it's on SoundCloud slash my bad. I think it's the link is holographic_sun, I believe, or just all together. That's my fault. That's actually my Facebook page. Check that out. That is one thing I shout out that I didn't mention earlier. I do have a Facebook page for the collective. Basically, it's called Somnier, but Somnier is an extension of Perspective Collective. It's my old band's name, but I've pretty much made it now into whoever I make music with, and I promote a lot of music, including this guy's and everyone else's. And it's facebook.com/holographic_sun. The way you heard it, the way it's spelled, there's nothing different. It's all lowercase sensitive, so just holographic sun all together. Yes, like a holographic card. That's exactly what I meant it to be like. So just envision in your head, you're looking at the sky and you see a holographic sun. So holographic sun all together. Facebook.com/holographic sun. That'll lead you to my music page mainly, and I have every link there that you need to know of, and basically anyone that I quote unquote fuck with.
Holographic Sun, you bitches, you better fucking find
Or
that
you can
shit.
always just Google at Facebook or at holographic sun and then Facebook after that, and yeah, it'll take you to that page.
And also, once again, Mars Magma on YouTube. Look it up. Fucking like it, subscribe. You find more of these. Maybe me and him collab again, make some shit happen. Because, I'm not gonna lie, this has been good. I enjoyed it. And it was just me and him doing this, mainly him. And we made this shit work. And if you enjoyed it, like it, tell your friends about it. And if you have some good friends who are artists or even make music, you're more than welcome to hit me up. Maybe we can make some
if
show.
you know us even in the slightest sense to greet us, you can always send shit our way. Any of us.
If you have some cool art, we'll definitely promote it on here. And
Well, I'm
tell
looking more
people
for
about-
music because if you have songs, if you know me already, this guy knows, but if I like your shit, I'll definitely promote it. And that music page I just mentioned, that's really where I throw a lot of that stuff out. Even
Same
my
here.
personal page. Even
Same
my
here.
personal page. So if you really think your shit's up to par, in a good way, not that I'm any better, but what I mean is if you have something you're confident about or you think should deserve a shout out, fucking tell us.
All right, this is it. We'll see you later.